Hello everyone, Alvin Darian here, your go-to financial educator. Hopefully you're having a great day today. Today I want to really break down some myths, some untruths when it comes to IUL. But before we get into it, I just want to tell you a little bit about myself. I've been doing this now 21 years, over 2 decades. Financial Pro Network CEO and co-founder, financial educator, author of 2 books. The first book I wrote was Don't Let Adversity Steal Your Legacy. My second book is getting ready to come out. It's called The 8 Financial Breakthroughs. I'm a radio host of Retirement Refinance Radio, 2-time cancer survivor, Savannah State grad, class of 2002. Yep, that's right. The host of Leadership and Money podcast, innovator when it comes to business and financial resources. I have 38 states that I'm licensed in, and everyone over 300 licensed associates on the team across the nation. Today, we're going to talk about the 40 benefits of an IUL. What does IUL stand for? IUL stands for Index Universal Life. So let's jump right into it. Make sure you have your notepad, make sure you have your pen, take notes, because some of the information you're going to hear may be new to you, and some of the information you may hear, you may already know. But let's jump into it, everyone. So benefit number 1, the death benefit. Remember, it is life insurance, right? Your beneficiaries will receive the proceeds tax-free. Now, let me share this with you. It's based on the face amount, not based on the total value, because maybe you have a loan in there, right? So it's the face amount minus the loan, if there is a loan, will go to your beneficiaries tax-free. The most important part of this whole plan is death benefit. So let's jump into number 2. Number 2, cash value withdrawals are tax advantage. You got to follow the rules. Make sure you talk to your financial professional about the rules. You only can borrow money from your surrender value. That's right. You cannot borrow money from the accumulation value. You have to borrow money from the surrender value. So normally I tell our clients, hey, if you need to borrow money from your policy, make sure you just use this formula right here. You take the surrender value times 85% and don't go past that number. So now we understand the death benefit and we understand the cash withdrawals or tax advantages. Those are the main 2 that most people only know, but we have 38 more to go. So let's go to number 3, tax deferred growth. So what does that mean? Tax deferred growth means your money is growing and you're not paying taxes along the way. So when your money grows, you pay 0 tax. Now, let's go to number 4. Your principal is guaranteed. That's right. I said guaranteed minus the cost of insurance, also known as the COI. So based on your height, your weight, and based on your health will determine your cost of insurance. Now that can play a major factor on how much money will grow into your account. So the principal is guaranteed. Now, number 5, compound interest. I know we all like compound interest working for us, versus simple interest. Some people pay compound interest on credit cards. I want you to receive compound interest in your policy. Now, we can't guarantee an interest rate. We can't declare an interest rate. But I can tell you this, over time, you will get doubles on your money. And the key to the money game is getting doubles on your double and then get a double on your double. So that's compound interest right there. Number 6, you can lock in your gains. I love number 6 because as your money is growing, you can lock in your gains. You can lock in your highest account balance. Of course, Index Universal Life, most likely the account will be in an index account. Number 7, it could be used for education. Underline the word could be. Because if your child is 17 years old or even 16 years old and you're trying to save for college, this may not be the right vehicle. Now, will it take care of all 4 years? Maybe. It depends on how much you're going to fund the IUL. So that brings me to number 8. It can be used as an emergency fund. Remember, can be used. The surrender value will be available for you to borrow money. Remember, you can't take it all out, but you can use it for an emergency. When was the last time you had an emergency? How did you handle it? Some things to consider, right? Now, if you want to grab a screenshot, go right ahead because we're just getting warmed up. Number 9, you don't have to be 59 and a half to touch your money. And you don't have to wait to 72 and a half. The rule just changed to 73 and a half. But I can tell you this, you do not have to be 59 and a half to touch your money. You can touch your money as soon as you have surrender value in there. Okay. Very, very important. Now, number 10, 1035 exchange. Now, what is a 1035 exchange? That means when you move money from one policy to another policy, if you 1035 exchange it, and guess what? There's no taxes. Now, you only can 1035 exchange from the surrendering company, the surrendering value. Free of charge, no penalties, no taxes. Now, some of you heard of 1031, that's for real estate, but 1035 is for life insurance. As we continue, number 11, think about it like this. You want your money to outpace inflation. Most IULs, most of the time, not all of the time, will average 3x above inflation. Now, let's be honest. Lately, inflation has really shot up. So, hey, if you're not keeping up with inflation, guess what? Your money may be going the opposite way. Number 12, automatic premium drafts. Very, very important. Your money, you don't have to go and mail a check. It comes out automatic from your bank account. So you may want to nickname that bank account tax-free or tax-free retirement. But remember, you must follow the rules. So the automatic premium draft is a very good feature because it gives you forced discipline to save for your future. Number 12. Well, we just did number 12. Number 13, tax-free retirement. Yes, it can be used for tax-free retirement, but you must follow the rules. You must talk with your financial professional, or you can call somebody on our team, and we will make sure you understand the rules so that when your money is growing, it's going to grow tax deferred. And when you pull it out, it can be used as tax-free retirement. Now that leaves me number 14, permanent insurance, right? You must pay the premium. If you don't pay the premium, your policy can lapse. So some policies out there, if you skip one premium, the policy will lapse. But I want to tell you this, it is permanent. So it will last as long as you pay the premium and as long as you don't take too many loans out. It may last to age 120. Wow, we're almost there, everyone. Number 15, it averaged a reasonable rate of return. So what is reasonable? What do you consider to be reasonable? Maybe 5 to 8%. That's what I consider to be reasonable. You want to get those 5 to 8%. And let me tell you this, there's some new type of IULs that will pay you something called a par rate. We'll talk about that another time. But you can get a multiplier on your compound interest. You can get that on your rate of return. Now, all policy doesn't have that. And some people don't even call it a multiplier. They call it a participation rate. Now we're at number 16. You can avoid probate. Now, keep in mind, we do not give tax advice or legal advice. Every state is different. You want to check with your attorney and you want to make sure that, hey, you're following the rules, and most likely the IUL will not show up in probate if you structure it the right way. So we're halfway there, everyone. Let's continue on. Number 17, you're diversified in global markets. That's right. You're not only here in the United States. There are certain types of IULs that you can have exposure to a global market, to a global economy. Number 18, we got to be very careful with number 18 because there's so many people misrepresenting number 18. Yes, infinite banking, you can use the surrender value. After the surrender period, I consider it infinite banking. Now, if you're putting in a low amount of premium in there, and let's say $100 a month, trust and believe, you're not infinite banking. You want to make sure you fund it the right way so that you could have your money work for you and your family. Number 19, flexible premium options. Very important. You can have it paid monthly, annually, quarterly, semi-annually, right? Some people put in there twice a month. They want to beef up their plan, but you have flexibility and you have control. Very important when it comes to your financial plan. We can customize the payment. We can customize the premium with an IUL. So what do you mean by that? Let's say year one, we're going to do $200 a month, right? And then year two, we're going to do $300 a month. And then year four, we bump it up to $500. We keep building that muscle until you get to $1,000 a month or more. So it's customized to your needs. Now, we're moving on. Number 21, it is not considered an asset, but favorable to the client. Wait a minute. What does that mean? It is not considered an asset. So in some cases, you don't have to show up with your life insurance policy because it's not considered an asset unless you want to show it as an asset. Now, if you're buying a home and you need to show more cash, yes, you can show this plan. Number 22, you can easily get to your funds. It's accessible. There's one thing called liquidity and there's another thing called accessibility. Yes, you can borrow money and get to the funds with a phone call. Maybe you can fax in a form, or you can call your financial professional. Let me tell you this. I've seen a client call on a Wednesday, and by Friday, the money was in their account. Number 23, terminal illness rider. Let's say a professional, not your Aunt Juanita, a professional that says you are terminally ill. It was confirmed by a medical professional that you are terminally ill. Guess what? Some cases they will pay 100% of the face amount. Okay, get your screenshot ready because we're going to close out this slide with number 24. Long-term care rider and living benefits. Yes, it can take care of critical illness. It can take care of chronic illness. So what's the difference? Remember this, chronic is pain. Your knee pain, back pain, neck pain, right? Well, if it lasts more than 90 days, it's considered a chronic illness. Well, what is critical illness? Critical illness is the big one. Remember Fred Sanford said, Elizabeth, this is the big one. Think about heart attack, stroke, cancer. Think about ICU, things like that. So those pay right away. So go ahead and grab your screenshot as we continue. Hopefully you're taking notes and hopefully you're learning something new today, but we have some more for you. Number 25, increasing death benefit, option B. What does that mean, Alvin? That means when your client is putting money into an account inside this IUL, your family, the death benefit will be the cash you put in plus the death benefit. So let me give an example here. If the policy is $500,000 and you put in 100,000, your family gets 600,000. Not only 500,000, they get that plus the money you put in there. That's called increasing death benefit. Are you ready for number 26? Here we go. Well, that's a little bit more for 25, but here we go. Let me tell you this, guaranteed insurability at the life of the policy. Guaranteed insurability for the life after issue. You don't have to do a new medical. They're not going to say, hey, Jimmy, I know you're 70 years old, but we're going to send a doctor and a nurse over there to check you out, make sure you can keep your policy. It doesn't work that way, everyone. You have guaranteed insurability after issue. That's important. Now, protection against lawsuits, number 27. Remember, we don't give tax advice and we don't give legal advice, but there's some protections, depends on the state you're in. So if somebody tell you all states are the same, that's not true. Let's clean it up. You must talk to your legal team to see how you are protected from lawsuits. But I can tell you this, I've never heard anyone said, hey, I'm going to take you to court and sue you for your life insurance policy. I never heard that happen, but make sure you get a good attorney so that you can protect yourself. Protection from creditors. And again, we do not give tax advice and we do not give legal advice. So what do you mean? I don't think Capital One is going to knock on your door and say, hey, I know you have that IUL in there. You got to pay up. Or Chase Bank may show up or one of those other credit card companies. No, you're protected from creditors. Protected from judgments. You're not going to have a judge coming, not a judge, but the sheriff come knock on your door, right? And say, hey, we need this debt paid. We need this judgment paid. Go get your IUL out of the cabinet. Doesn't work that way. But again, we do not give legal advice and we do not give tax advice. Protection from tax liens. You cannot put a tax lien on an indexed universal life policy. Now, check with your legal team again and just want to make sure we're clear. There are benefits built in the policy that most people are not aware of. I want to shine the light where the light needs to be shined. Protection from bankruptcies in most states. Why do you say most states? Some states you're not protected against bankruptcy, right? And again, we do not give legal advice and we don't give tax advice. So 32, go ahead and grab your screenshot right now. Protection from divorce in most states. You know, people always ask me, Alvin, well, what states? I'm like, I can't give you the states because I can't give you the financial wisdom and give you legal advice. I can't do that. So let me tell you this. In most states, check with your team. But I can tell you, would you agree with me? These are great benefits for insurance policy, right? Okay, as we get ready to close this out, It is considered an asset when purchasing a home. We kind of touched on this earlier, but think about it like this. If you're buying your dream home and you need to get a down payment, you can pull the money out of your insurance policy. Of course, you only have availability of the surrender value. Some of the accounts will pay you a guaranteed 4% interest rate. That's more than the banks, right? Some are paying 3.5, some are paying 5, but an average around 4% with most companies. Number 35, you can turn on income streams and you can have a personal pension plan. So what does that mean? That means you can cut the light switch on and have the income starts to come in, right? So now you have income coming in from your life insurance policy that is tax-free. Number 36, unlimited contributions and no minimum contributions. Well, let's take it a step further. Well, some people say, well, Alvin, I understand there's limits. Yes, but you can also get another policy, right? You know what a Roth IRA, you're limited. You know what a 401k, you're limited. Here, there's no contribution limits, right? Of course, your age and your health plays a factor, but I want to tell you this. I'd rather have 2 or 3 or 4 of them versus pay taxes in the long term for retirement. And you can put as much that you can handle into these policies. We can design them that way. 37. Can you believe we're already at number 37? No market risk due to market decline. No market risk. So if the market goes down, guess what? Your money is safe. Your money is not going down. You grow from the highest point. So this gives you a peace of mind so that you won't lose any money. Number 38, no impact on Social Security income. You know how many times I get this question from baby boomers? Like, Alvin, will this impact my Social Security? No, it will not impact your Social Security. This will be additional income for you. This could be your fund money. This could be your cruise money, but we want to make sure we assign it a job. No hidden fees. You know, there's so many hidden fees in a 401k. No knock to a 401k, but the last I checked, there's 19 hidden fees, and I'll have another training coming up on that later, but there's 19 hidden fees inside of a 401k. IULs is very transparent. You may have an index fee or you may not, depends on how you set it up. And the last one, no broker fees, right? You don't have to pay your broker 1 or 2% for them to manage your account. So with the Index Universal Life, is it for everyone? No, it's not. But for the right person, it can be an amazing tool to help you grow your business. Now, let me explain this to everyone. IUL is not for every person. Term is not for every person. Whole life is not for every person. I am not attached to any policy. I'm going to explain and educate how they all work. Today, we're just talking about the IUL. Now, who do you know would love to take advantage of this? There's somebody in your family would love to have those 40 benefits working for them while they're sleeping. That's right. The 40 benefits never take a rest. The 40 benefits does not call into work sick. The 40 benefits will continue to build wealth for you and your family. Here's a bonus right here, everyone. You may want to grab a screenshot. Now, our team, we're big on education. We're big on studying. We're big on learning more about the craft. Just look at some of these titles, right? Tax-free wealth, get me to zero, right? Tax-free income for life, tax-free retirement, tax-free millionaire. We study the ultra wealthy. And based on what they're putting in these books, we want to teach to the masses. Here's a quote that I really live by. The pain of remaining the same is greater than the pain of change. It's time to make some changes in your life. It's time to transform your mindset. When you transform something, it can never go back to its original state. So in order for you to transform your income and transform your mindset and really get some more information on how this product works, schedule a discovery call. All you have to do is click on the link below or click on the link in the bio, and you will get a time with one of our financial professionals, and we're going to really break down the IUL to see if this is a fit for you. So here's some benefits for working with us, right? We're going to make sure that we help you build new financial habits, right? We're going to help you free up some money. And as you can see on the screen right there, we want to help you and your family get ahead financially. Okay, everyone, have a great rest of your week. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care, everyone.